What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with another video. And today I'm actually going to revisit something I talked about last year, maybe before CEO, and it's going to be about tall versus short characters, right? So let's start by picking a super big boy squad, right? And a little boy squad. By GT, we get like Go Tanks, whatever. So, one of the Dragon Ball FighterZ isms, something that most people agree on, is that it's generally better to pick a small character than a tall one. And it's probably mainly for two reasons. One is that the small characters are literally the best characters in the game for the most part. Like, Kid Buu, GT, and Teen Gohan are pretty much agreed to be the top three right now. But the real main reason, too, is that tall characters get hit by a type of mix-up that short characters do not get hit by. And it's this. That is the offensive fuzzy guard. So, in case you don't know what that is, you get them to block something that's high, so they get locked in that state. And when you block something, even though you can switch your guard high-low, your character visibly won't switch. So if you have a move that reaches low enough while they're in that state, you can hit them with an unseeable high-low. The taller you are, the easier it is to do. That's why people don't generally like playing tall characters. Okay. So the original thing I commented on was how most people extrapolate that out too far, because the game plan ended up turning into, like, you snap in some tall character, you bring them down somehow, and you do like that mix-up. Okay, then you just kind of kill the character with that mix-up. Takes a little while, whatever. But people extrapolated that out the wrong way. They were like, oh, because of this, like, yeah, you snap them, then, like, they're sitting there with no guard cancel, they have to hold that, and, like, there's basically no reason to play these characters because they're exposed to this type of mix-up, which is obviously a smooth brain opinion. Because if you look at the characters' tools, they have a lot of stuff that other characters do not have, right? We can even start with Cooler. So Cooler, obviously huge moves, super huge moves. He's got DP, we all know DP is rare. He's got Earthquake, plus some block dive kick. That's not, there we go. That's not dive kick. This is dive kick. Plus some block dive kick. He's got all this stuff that other characters don't have. And he has DP assist, so when you have him on his team, you can use him like any other DP assist, like Adult Gohan, like Teen Gohan, blah, blah, blah. All basically pluses, besides the fact that if you, the player using him, gets hit, they will try to attack him by snapping him in. Okay, Broly, right? Broly. When I made the video, I knew Broly was good. People knew Broly was good, but he hadn't, like, performed yet. Like I said, I think it was just before the first World Tour event. At this point in 2020, update, Broly has won World Tour event and is in the finals. Shout out to my boy, the Kill Stage, on that one. He has a bunch of nonsense, like he's got that air grab, command grab that has armor and you can't see, 4-frame armor move that you could use as a Suedo reversal, best key blast in the game. Just in case he gets zoned, he can, like, cover himself in the barriers and ignore your projectiles. He has a bunch of stuff, huge normals, and literally his only downside is that he gets hit by mix-ups that other characters don't get hit by. Even Super Broly, same guy in the squad. Tons of moves that go high in the air. That's very, very important in this game, right? Moves of special block stun. Tons of moves of special block stun. Oh, that comboed my bad. Okay, he's got that stuff. Key blast, beam key blast, anti-air moves, command grab. We can argue about whether or not you hit someone with this because it's 24 frames, but the EX command grab that tracks where you go. Like, he has a bunch of stuff, like the other tall characters, that other characters don't have. And in the case of both Brolys, they both have full screen assist, so you can use them as functional beams, screen control, and all that. Now, small characters, like I said, so it's not just that they don't get fuzzied and they're good, but, like, they have stuff that usually the main thing they all have in common is they have some move that puts them airborne, so that you can actually mix up with many characters. So, like, in the case of Kid Buu, you have, like, this, and you could do that into mix up. And then GT, of course, you have Orb, which we all know of, and then in Gotank's case, Gotank's, it used to be auto combo. These days, that is not really a 50-50 anymore, but he has good snap, so it's okay. Now, the main thing that's changed since then, like I said, I made this had to be like one of my super early videos, I would say, is that we now have Universal Fuzzy. So what does this mean? So with Universal Fuzzy, if you do not know what this is, so the type of fuzzy I just did, that was the Universal Fuzzy. So you can do that type of mix-up with an assist. That's normally how you would do it. So what I used to tell people, because like I said, the slander, let's go as far as calling it slander against tall characters have been like, even if there are other ways to fuzzy characters, because there are other ways, so even if there are other ways to fuzzy characters, it still doesn't change the fact that tall characters are affected the most. So what we got, the first thing we came up with Snap is that, okay, we're gonna fuzzy these tall characters, but also we could use like one hit assist or beam assist or time thing so that characters would land standing and we could fuzzy them with IAD, right? I don't think I could do this with any of these characters, but trust. Okay, so we had fuzzies, and then if we couldn't fuzzy you, if you had an assist, you could do something with the assist. Eventually, this got to the point where we had the Universal Fuzzy, where if you can get the magic number, the magic plus 21, you can hit a fuzzy on your own on basically any character if you have the right type of jump L, which is the downward angle jump L, like your Bardock, your adult Gohan. Teen Gohan is a mystery because he kicks horizontally, but he can do it on everybody. Weird, but you can't sleep on kids, right? But you could basically do it on everybody. So even if someone looks you in the eye and they're like, fuzzies only affect tall characters, literally every character in the game gets fuzzy now because of this. So in this case, like I'm GT, like, so he doesn't have the right type of jump L to do it to everybody. But like I play Teen Gohan also, he can literally do it to everybody. It's literally my game plan is to do that to everybody. So everybody gets fuzzied. So now it becomes the case of, so what is the difference? So what happens now? So now the main downside for tall characters would be not that they're that they get fuzzied, because everyone gets fuzzied, but now it becomes like the layers of mix-up they could take as opposed to like a small character. Because like when you snap in a small character, you try to, let's say, Universal Fuzzy them, the opponent has to worry about high-low, right? There's many arguments about whether or not you can react to it. That is for another time. If they block that, then they usually have to block like something into an assist into more mix-up, right? So you usually get like 3 mix-up attempts. Okay. The only like layered things you could do in Universal Fuzzy is like fake it. So funny enough, actually commentators mess this up a lot. So sometimes like sometimes you see me do something like this. Let me try to. They're tall actually, so it's kind of hard to do. Sometimes you see me do something like this. Okay, right? And a commentator see that like, oh, he messed up the Universal Fuzzy. I'm not really messing it up. It's actually like just a small little layer. It usually only works once or twice, but you kind of like fake the high, go low really quick. If you get it once, getting it once is usually enough for my team's game plan, so that's fine. Or you could try to like sneak a Dragon Rush in there, and that's pretty much all you could do on a small character. But on a tall character, you could do this. So you could do this. So you got this, and you could do this. Whoops, my bad. Imagine having fingers that worked. Imagine having fingers that worked. That would be crazy. There. So you have multiple timings for high-low, which can make it pretty hard to defend. And then if they block the Universal Fuzzy, you can sneak in one more fuzzy real quick if you have good timing. So it's actually pretty rough in that regard. The other thing, of course, is that since because I would actually generally say that like defense as a tall character is a really, really mixed bag, because like say Broly, right? So Broly has like 7 frame normal, 8 frame normal, but 4 frame armor, but you have to commit to this armor. You have to know that this is gonna work. If not, you kind of have to sit there. And you can take fuzzies. Like you can take fuzzies in more places than other characters can. Or like he has a 6 frame normal. He does have 6 frame normals, but he is not like in Cooler's case. What his issue is his air DP as a reversal. Like when you step him in, it's like it's not that great. Whereas as opposed to like Broly was like a great level 3 when he comes in. His level 3 is actually really hard to deal with when you come in. I actually forget whether or not Cooler's reversal level 3 is a good option. No, I think it's not, because it's not the counter. I keep forgetting he doesn't have the... Yeah. So that move is not such a great incoming super, as opposed to Broly's, which is like amazing. So like defense kind of varies on whether or not they have 6-3 normals or not, like what type of moves they have in the air, stuff like that. And then of course, like if people are playing certain team builds, so one little thing that comes up a lot is that you can pop fuzzies on tall characters, even in block strings. This really depends on the team, though. Okay, right? So, whoops. One day. Yeah, okay, right? So one of the big things was that you can do it whenever. So that one of the things that came up in for me when I was on my team, my CEO team, so that's like Bardock, Trunks, Yamcha, was like, okay, how do I do high-low? And then one of the things I realized pretty quickly was like, oh, Bardock's dive jails into vanish. I have Yamcha. If they play a tall character, I should just call Yamcha and fuzzy them. Like, why don't I just do that? Okay. But that's with Yamcha. It's pretty hard / not really possible to do that with beam assist. Like, usually you can do stuff, but most people haven't really labbed that type of defense. So another hard thing about playing tall characters, if you extrapolate, is like you have to lab defense way more, because people are going to try to sneak ways to get fuzzies on you that may not necessarily be real. So like, yeah, if they actually get the jump in normal to be deep enough, it's real, but you want to try to prevent them from doing that. So the onus is kind of on you to like really defend your characters very well, as opposed to small characters who they basically don't have to worry until they get hit. Right? So until they get hit, they don't have to worry about snaps or fuzzies or whatever, as opposed to like a tall character where if you're not prepared, then they can sneak in this type of mix-up on you whenever. So overall, it's like I just really want people to look at the characters more objectively. Again, I feel like I say this like once a month, but Dragon Ball FighterZ is really hive mind, has like a really hive mind mentality kind of thing, and when something is hated, it's just hated. When something's viewed as weak, it's viewed as overwhelmingly weak. When something's viewed as strong, it's viewed as overwhelmingly strong. And I just think it's pretty unfair to the game, because despite the game being like the base is in simplicity, there's like a lot of like little nuances to the game and stuff like that. And this constant like tall character versus short character thing is a perfect example of it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments about this. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.